couldn't avoid it. It was on. It was every time you turned the telly on, it was on the news, and I saw coverage of the fans protesting, and you couldn't miss it, and you knew it was bad. I didn't have much of an understanding of what was going on at a boardroom level and stuff, but it just, you know, for so many people to be so angry, you know, it was obviously not a good thing that was happening.
FC United of Manchester are a bit different from the average non-league club, and like many others, they're owned by their fans. Back in 2005, a group of pretty pissed off Manchester United fans decided to rebel against top-flight football in their own unique way. They start their own club.
It was just all about money, money, money. And they don't care. If your bum wasn't on the seat, they know that somebody else's would be, and they just didn't care.
The club was born out of unhappiness and anger with the state of top-flight football. Cheers, Josh. Thanks for coming down, mate.
It's my pleasure.
Would you like to say where we are?
Gig Lane, Bury.
Bury Stadium.
We started out.
So FC United first played home games here?
We did, yeah. Yeah, I used to live over here on Briley Street.
Okay.
We started playing here. I was aware of what was going on with the club.
You was aware at that age, yeah?
I was aware of what was going on, yeah. Before the Glazers came into United, football was becoming unaffordable.
Right.
There were issues with it, you know. In that sense, people were being priced out before that, and that just seemed to be the final nail in the coffin for a lot of people, I think.
The final straw for Old Trafford really was the Glazers' takeover, for not knowing anything about a football club or what it entailed or caring about the fans or whatever, and it was decided that there was going to be a hostile takeover. And it's not what we wanted. That wasn't our football club anymore. So this was formed, and it was formed by 12 men sitting in a curry house having a meal one night and deciding we can do it better.
That's how all good things come.
Exactly. And it happened. We had a meeting was called for anyone that wanted to attend at the Central Methodist Hall in Manchester in July, which was well attended. The name was decided on, fcum. You can pronounce that however you want, and it has been pronounced in some ways. And there we were in the Football League that season, starting in the North West Counties. We started off really well. We got promoted in our first season. We had an open top bus from the ground down to the Swannon Cemetery in Bury, which stopped all the traffic obviously, and those were like halcyon days. They were the beginning, and everything was fantastic, and we got 2 promotions. We started climbing up fairly well, and then we were in the league below this one for a good few years before we got promoted the season before we moved into here. So we moved into here as champions, which was great.
Why we're here today? Why have we come at this time? Will you do something at this time, don't you?
Yeah, play walking football.
Right.
Should primarily be for sort of over 50s, but we're pretty flexible with it, and we tend to always come to an agreement with opposing teams if we can have one underage player, which they sort of choose myself, because some of the others do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll play outside on the 3G, 7 till 8 every Monday. Get a good turnout, and we've got a team that represent the club as well.
From what I've noticed at like FC United, after talking to loads of people, there's always a fan always seems to have a role, or do they do something, they volunteer? What do you think that is?
It's just to help the club out. Obviously, it's fan owned, so you pay your membership, and then it's just cut costs.
We started off with all volunteers apart from the general manager and the club secretary. Obviously we've got bigger now, so we have to employ more staff, like bar staff, because we have functions and things, but there are still a lot of volunteers that make this run on a match day, and without them we couldn't do it. As
long as I'm still welcome, I'll still come and volunteer. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids, which are the future generation of the club. My son's the deputy head ball boy, so I'm involved in the youth section. It's not just to keep the club going as such, it's because they love the club
and they want to be involved. And that's what people are here for. We want to keep it going. We want it to stay our club. We'll never be owned by an owner because we all own it ourselves. We've got one membership, you get one vote.
Would you say you're still a United fan or no?
Yeah,
Right.
but not in the same way.
Sure.
I would.
Yeah, they'll always be in the heart, won't they? It's like anybody will say that. They'll always be in the heart. Always look out for results, watch them if they're on telly or whatever. But it's totally different here. It's totally different.
I still watch the results, but I don't feel gutted when they lose like I used to. Personally, I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah.
I feel gutted when we lose, when FC United lose, because this is my club.
I think I'd struggle to put money in.
Yeah.
Because it just feels wrong to pay £70 for a shirt. And you think kids kits are like nearly 100 quid, and there's 3 coming out a year.
Yeah.
It's not right.
No, it's not at all.
I had shares in Manchester United, some of which I've still got, because I decided that the Glazers weren't going to have every bit of my first love. So I did keep 5 shares, which is the certificate at home. And that's where it stays. So it always will be part of my history. I supported Manchester United for 40 odd years.
A ticket is it can cost you 50 quid.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, for sure,
At FC. I still look out for the results. I still want them to win, but
yeah.
I'm not. I wouldn't say it was like it was before. Put it that way.
And it was hard to leave. It was hard to leave because supporting them that long. But then we have this, and this is so much better. This is ours.
Right, we're here. It's game day, and it's time to see what makes FC United so special. Everything, all the emotions.
Change program, please down!
It's been a tricky first half for FC. Gone 2-0 down, but one thing I've noticed is they've not stopped singing. They keep singing, keep chanting. Although there's a bit more anger in this one now, but yeah, wicked. Hopefully, bigger second half. Come on, the Reds. That was incredible. I'm kind of speechless. That was insane. That wasn't a team that just lost 4-0. They just lost 4-0 and they sang like that. That was incredible. The atmosphere was insane. The second the final whistle went, everyone went up, players come round, clapping them. That was just a beautiful sight. And I guess that's what it means to be an FC United fan, just to be a part of something like that. It's insane. I guess my last question is, do you miss top flight football, or do
No.
you miss any of it? Never go back?
No, not at all. The atmosphere here is, I liken it to the old days on the Stretford End,
Right.
where everybody stood together and sang and chanted and all the rest of it. And you don't get that at top flight football anymore. Maybe on the away games,
Yeah.
United fans are quite rowdy, but here it's 90 minutes singing. We're not customers, we are owners and fans of this club, and this club, it's our club, for the people, by the people. basically.